What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna do something that needs to be done, and we're gonna improvise on how to do it. It's like every video, right? I told you guys we need to wash this car, but I am not going to the car wash this time. So what we're gonna do, last time I told you guys we tried to improvise by washing this car inside of the garage. It worked, right? But obviously the dirt on the car is not gonna just disappear, right? It's gonna land on the ground. And so I caught myself literally on my knees trying to wipe the ground because I didn't want to have like a messy ground, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just put the car outside of my garage. We're gonna wash it out there. Now, I could have done that from the start. The thing is, I hate being seen, right? I like to have my privacy. I like to do things in private. Stuff like that, right? Like I don't want to be like on display for everybody to see, but this time I don't really care. You know, it's a nice day. It is what it is. So we're just gonna put the car outside. We're gonna get our bucket of water and we're just gonna wash the car outside. But make sure that you guys are on the lookout because we are bringing our merch back. What started as an idea 8 years ago, back when I was in high school, came to fruition, what, 3 years ago, back in 2020, during the pandemic, and since has been abandoned. The reason why is because I didn't do things right the first time, right? Like when I started it, yeah, I started it, but like the business, the company itself was very, what's the word I wanna use? It was very vulnerable, right? Like from every direction. So I was like, you know what, let me take a step back and let me just make sure I do things right. And since then, it just kind of just left it, right? But it's always been on the back of my mind. Always been in the back of my mind. I never like forgot about it, but it was one of those things where like when the timing is right. RW brand, RWBC, it will be back. Make sure you guys stay tuned. A little backstory on that though. This is not just like another brand that a YouTuber is gonna like come out with to make money like that. Nothing about that is true. So for those of you who don't know, you probably don't know because I never said it out loud, but again, I wanted to start a clothing company back in high school because I always loved the idea of like creating something and having other people interested in it, right? That was always like so fascinating to me. So I actually wanted to start a clothing brand before I even started YouTube. Like that was the first thing that I wanted to do, was start like a business company into like clothing, right? Into apparel, all of that. Cause I'm into fashion, right? Like I like to dress nice and all that stuff. So I was like, you know, if I create this company, like I can't like, cause I didn't come from money. I wasn't famous, right? Like I wasn't Instagram famous. I had no clout, none of that, right? So I'm like, if I'm gonna start this company, like I'm gonna make a product and like what, show myself, show my family, like, which is fine, but you know, like the point is to get it out there. So I was like, you know what, in order to get to the level that I need to get to, I need to have eyes on it. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until I come up with an idea on how to like promote that, right? So some time went by, and then that's when, cause I've loved cars since high school, right? So then that's when I had an idea. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel because, you know, I love cars. Why not like film that, right? And keep in mind, like I started YouTube, I started like content and like filming stuff back when it wasn't really like what it is today. Like now, like you go everywhere and like people have their phones out and stuff, right? I started in 2017, back when it wasn't nearly what it was today, but it was like kind of getting there, right? Like YouTube started getting big, I think it was around like 2014, 15 or 16, around that 3-year time span, right? 2017, it still wasn't what it is today, like I said. So I started when it was still kind of like unknown. Like you tell someone like, oh, you're a YouTuber, or like people would find out like how much you could make, and they're like, what the heck, you know? And so I started back in 2017. And again, just started filming content, you know, Focus SC is pretty much what started this channel. And yeah, so here we are. So yeah, like I said, this is not, it's not just gonna be a brand where like I'm creating just to like make money like that. That's as far from the truth as it could get, right? Like the idea of like making a piece of cloth, or not even making a piece of cloth, but getting a piece of cloth and putting like your design, your vision, your creativity on a shirt. I don't know, that's just very fascinating to me. And then like literally going to a random place and seeing somebody wear that, like that is so fascinating to me. So this is just, it's gonna be more than just a brand. It's really gonna be a lifestyle, right? So I'm very excited to share it with you guys. And it's funny because I had 2 business ideas. This clothing brand I wanted to start first because it's like personal to me, right? It's something that it's gonna be close to me, that I can kind of build and like be my baby, right? So like I said, just make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm excited. And another thing, I would rather sit here and talk to the camera for 10, 12 minutes which seems like you guys like that. I'm looking at the analytics. Remember, I can see the back end of things. It seems like you guys enjoy that, but I would rather do that than sit there or sit here and try to constantly like film car meets and like just like do that every weekend. It kind of gets old, and I don't want to bore you guys. So if you haven't noticed, that's why I don't really, like, I go to car meets, I film them sometimes here and there, but I don't like go every weekend, every day, because that's not what I want this channel to be about. Because at the end of the day, I like to build cars, right? I don't just buy cars and like have somebody else do the work. Like, I like to do the work myself. Obviously, we're in a situation right now where, you know, we're kind of on pause, but the time is coming back. I promise you, it is coming back. And both cars that I have, actually technically all cars that I own, I kind of want to mod in some kind of way. Like, they're not done, especially the ST. We got to fix some things in that car, especially the Z. We're not done. I've made a couple videos ago, you guys know. So if you haven't noticed, that's why I don't like go to car meets every weekend, like film that and stuff. And I'm pretty sure you guys appreciate that, because like I said, that kind of gets old. But enough talking, let's go ahead and get this car out, and let's see if we can make this happen. By the way, I've never seen OEM wheels so sought after. So if you guys follow me on TikTok, I post videos on there, right? And like, there was one video that got over 1 million views, right? And literally, like, I would say maybe 80% of the comments were people saying, let me buy those wheels. Bro just got Nismo wheels just chilling in the background. Let me get those wheels. Let me get those wheels. Send me those wheels. Blah, 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 blah. So it's just crazy how OEM wheels are so sought after. But if we're being honest, bro, we can completely understand, right? Those are the fronts, right? These are the rears. We can completely understand, dog. Like, they look so freaking fire. By the way, we also need to fix our fender liner on this car, because what it is, another thing that Nissan did, I don't know if it's a Nissan thing or all cars did this, but this is my first time running into it, because we actually got the fenders rolled on the ST2. Didn't have this issue, but what it is the fender liner actually sits on the lip of the fender, but when we got that fender rolled, so obviously we wouldn't like rub, the fender liner now comes down. Yeah, it's just like chilling on the tire, right? So I'm gonna have to figure something out. We're gonna take this wheel off. We need new fender liner because I think, yeah, it was this one where this part right here like flew off because of the fact that it was hanging down. So we gotta figure that out. But back to my original statement. Who would have thought that stock wheels would be so legendary? All right, let's go ahead and bag this car out. I don't know what that was about. We're just gonna ignore that. All right, so we got our bucket of water, we got our towels, we got our whatever you want to call this mitt. We're good to go. Also, I did an oil change on my friend girl's car. Did you guys know that for Lexus and Toyota, you need a special filter removal tool just to get the filter out? Like, that was crazy. That was mind blowing. I never knew that. And the fact that like to change the filter on those cars is like very complicated. Like, it's not hard, but it's like overly complicated. Like on a regular car, you just have the filter right, you just unscrew it, you throw that one away, you get the new one and you screw it in. No, that's not at all the case with Toyota and Lexus. You have to like use that tool to remove it, and then the filter's inside. You gotta remove the filter, then replace the gasket on the top and on the bottom. You have to unscrew something to get the filter or the gasket out on the bottom. I don't know, it's just complicated. I guess it was just mind blowing because you would think Toyota or Lexus, they're like the most simple cars out there, right? So why should you need like a special tool to remove the filter? Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so I just got done washing the car and I decided at the very last minute that I was gonna clay it. If you guys haven't clayed your car or know what it's like, basically what it is you literally get this clay bar, right, from Meguiar's. It literally feels like clay. And what it is you spray like a quick detailer. This came with it. Now there's not that much in here. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. I'm pretty sure it should be okay. What you do is you just spray the car, right, make sure that it's wet, and then you just take this and you just kind of go throughout like the paint. Now you want to do it in sections, right? You don't want to do like a whole side. You want to do kind of like the quarter panel at once, the door at once, the fender at once. So we're gonna go ahead and do that just cause we might wax it. We'll see. This takes a very long time because this is something that you have to do in sections also. This might take a while. The thing is I have time today, so I'm not really tripping. Now I'm not gonna show you guys this process too much because I do not want to bore you guys. It's kind of self-explanatory, right? You just spray with a detailer, then you come through with this guy, you go ahead and do the claying work, and then when you're done, you wipe it off. The whole point of claying a car is it makes it completely smooth, right? So it doesn't sound like that. Now this car didn't always sound like that, right? Because again, I take care of my paint, right? So I'm assuming it's because now that I live in San Diego, I live by the beach. When I drive my car to the beach and it gets windy or misty, whatever, and the sand is within that wind and mist, and it kind of like gets on the cars, and I'm assuming that's what it is. And other times it's like dirt and debris from the road and stuff, but this car's garaged, right? So like it doesn't sit outside. So I'm assuming that's what it is, which is not a big deal. So what you do is you clay it and it gets rid of that. It makes it extremely smooth. I'm gonna give you a little example, right? So this is what it sounds like, right? It's not supposed to sound like that. It's supposed to be nice and smooth, right? So this is what the clay bar is supposed to fix. So we're gonna go ahead and lubricate it up. Put that down. We're gonna take our clay bar and we're just gonna kind of work it into the paint, right? And the reason why that you want to spray it is because the clay bar is not supposed to stick like that. It's supposed to glide like this. We're gonna wipe it. Nothing. And just for a comparison, right? So here is the spot that we didn't do, right? And here's the spot that we did. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some before shots and let's see if we can compare to see if we see a difference. We are done. See, I knew it was gonna take long, but I did not expect it to take that long. Like we've been out here for about like 5 hours or so working on this car, but as you guys can see, it looks absolutely amazing. I don't want to rub my hand on it, but you can tell that you hear nothing. I gotta wipe it because I'm already smearing my freaking hand juice on it. But it looks absolutely amazing. Yo, look at that. While we were here, we went ahead and polished these wheels. That's why they look so freaking good. So eventually, I do want to get new wheels. I want to get, how do you pronounce it? Blacks, whatever. I think those will look freaking good on this car, dude. I didn't even get to show you guys what the car looked like after we waxed it. Gotta be careful though, we're kind of in the ghetto right now, but she is nice and shiny though. You see her. Car cleans up so nice, dude. So nice. Gotta love it.
Would make it this far, they hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball, I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic gotta say, I got them picking up the pieces.